All right, guys, welcome back to day 7. Last night we had a late night. We were able to get the rear end in, fix an issue that we had with the brake line. Started kind of mocking up the wiring. Today our plan is to go pretty heavy on the wiring, mount some coils, mount a few different things, do a lot of plumbing, fuel system, oil lines, just continue on.
Frankie, you worked on this harness last night late?
Yeah, taped it through the windshield and all.
And cleaned the shop.
And cleaned the shop.
Woo! Look at that.
Only if we had like a before and after and a snap.
What time did you?
This is the before. We'll use this as today, and in about 12 hours from now.
That's what you should do. Like,
yeah.
Do snap and then snap it dirty and then snap it back clean.
Only it was that easy.
Yeah, I mean, we could arrange that real quick and get a...
Our late night cleaning elf came in and took care of it.
Yeah, the little maid came in and said, housekeeping! Yeah, clean shop? Yes. Want me to fluff new tools? Yes.
Dang, it looks nice in here, Freaka.
Yeah? I didn't sweep, but you know what? I figured that wasn't... I actually swept this part yesterday, that was it.
Yeah. One spot.
Because the car was down for most of the day and I didn't have time.
Good for one thing, we know that.
Damn right.
Organizing.
Organizing. He is a OCD type of guy. Like, it's bugging him right now that the Allen wrenches are not all in that rack.
He's here till 3 a.m. and he can't organize those.
The pile of Allen wrenches drive me insane as well. First, I'm going to bleed these brakes.
Get the brakes
Get
completely.
them all bled up. And then I'm just going to go down on fuel. Hopefully Mitch will have fuel rail brackets made up for me here early this morning. And then we're just going to start building lines.
All the plumbing today.
Whether it's right or it's wrong, it's going in.
We can get all the plumbing done and most, if not all, the wiring done today. Be a good day.
Should get a lot done.
Cool.
We got a few other volunteers to stay late with us tonight.
Does that mean we get to go home, or
not just us?
Oh.
Or yeah, I might leave. I might just leave for a while and come back.
Yeah, there it is.
I just need a lot of electrical tape.
Yeah, a lot of tape.
It's,
A lot of connectors. Some tape.
it's not going to be a Brad job, but it'll probably run.
It's gonna be a Tyler job.
Not a
be a
Brad
Tyler
job,
job.
maybe a Chad job.
Yeah, but yeah, looks like that.
Perfect. Should be all you need to know.
I hate wiring.
I guess.
Wiring is wiring is by far the worst job on any car.
I dig it.
We're all learning something new about it.
Yeah, this is going to be cool. It'll be fun to learn.
Crap, you got the freaking man can today, huh?
We had the man can last night too. Yeah, midnight we had
Did you
man
really
can.
stay till like 3 or something?
12-hour rotation of Red Bulls.
Yeah, I was gonna get another Red Bull in a minute.
NOx sensors.
Don't need those where we're going.
We definitely don't. need
EV1
those where
injector
we're going. Yeah.
Yeah, just plug those into some extra injectors would be good.
Yeah. You'll know it knocked when there's engine parts on the ground.
Yeah.
Got plugs.
We'll see that. There are a bunch of weird ones, but looks like we had like adapters for all this shit. or
Yeah,
something.
well, we already put some of the pigtails on here,
Ooh, nice.
so yeah.
Oh yeah, those big tails.
What is? Oh, that must be like a temp sensor or something.
Coolant tip, so that's
Oh,
no
that's-
longer going to be used. Now there's one in the radiator.
Oh, cool. Just like I'm assuming an LS style one.
Yeah, so we're going to have to probably lengthen wires up to there at some point.
It's all right. I like it.
Man, look at Wally though.
Oh, Jimmy.
Woo!
Hey, turbo.
What a sight.
So I'm gonna start on. I'm kind of laying everything out for all the wiring. We got like a big pile of stuff. We got to get it.
So it's all going in here.
All this stuff's gotta go.
All this stuff, yeah. So let's see. So like our main fuse, we're essentially not gonna have like a fuse block. We're just gonna use an arc panel. So if you guys have never seen one, these things are pretty slick. They've got essentially it's like an 8 relay panel, and then it's got these little switches you hang up on the roll bar. They're just like a touch button. They light up and everything. So They essentially just triggering relays on and off, so you can use that like fuel pump, fan. It has a starter one, ignition one, like anything you want. You just wire it right to here, and it all powers off one big cable, and then your output powers are just little spade connectors that you shove on there, and it's like doesn't really get any easier than that. So we got that guy going in. We got a solid state relay to shut the battery on and off. So these are pretty cool. We use these a lot, and they essentially it uses, rather than an actual switch, uses like, it's kind of like a big relay. So it uses a power and ground to connect or disconnect the battery. But the cool thing about that is then you can have like a battery, you can put a battery kill switch on the back of the car, but then you can also run another one in that same series, like up by the driver, so the driver can actually kill the car too if something were to happen. So we like those for that reason. Haltech. So this is the Haltech 2500 Elite ECU. So I've never used one before, so we're learning on that, but which is cool.
Yeah.
But like just from looking at it, it has more inputs and outputs than an HP, less than a Dominator, so it gets you kind of like right in that sweet spot in the middle where like usually like with an HP on something basic like this, you're like just running out of inputs and outputs. So I think this is going to be like a cool middle ground. So give that a whirl, see how we like it. So other than that, just that's pretty much it.
Trying to get your little panels ready.
Yeah, so we kind of made just some prototype little panels with our roll bar mounts on them. We made like a bent version and then just a flat version. We'll try these out behind the dash, and I think we'll end up like putting the arc panel on there. This is the wideband controller for the Haltech, so that'll end up going on there. The Haltech has its own fuse block, so we'll stick that on there. That way it's all removable too later if we need, so makes good easy serviceability. Just drop the whole thing out of there and leave some extra wire and stuff like that.
Relays for the fuel pump.
Yeah,
Right.
so this is our MagnaFuel relay kit. We're going to use that on our Airmotive. So it's got a Airmotive 5-gallon. So any of those big pumps, you want to double up on relays, because otherwise you'll end up melting the connectors and stuff in just like a single. Yeah, I think we're going to set it up with CO2 boost controls. So we got one of our brackets, and the Haltech fits right with the Haltech solenoids.
Busy
day.
day.
Got a lot of wiring to do
A
today.
lot of wiring to do today.
So hopefully we get it done.
One way or another.
Yep. Nifty.
Is this the final time, John?
Probably not.
Probably.
To be real honest. I'm gonna say no.
Probably not.
I'm just going to try to make something happen right here. Bolt it in.
Shifter life?
Yeah, just put some rivets in. So it's ready. I'm not put it in quite yet. Stay out of Tyler's way.
Tyler's got the ECU kind of mocked up with some wires in here.
Real nice and sweet.
That is a pristine dash.
As they would say, dash life. Dash life. Ooh,
Dang.
dude, look at that.
Yeah, we'll have to play with some options here once we get the dash back in.
Yep.
Starting to lay everything out, trying to figure out how to make it nice behind the dash. We'll see.
Look at them 3D printed parts.
Yeah, like that.
Can't show them that. Blur that out.
Blurred out. Top secret.
Oh man.
Yeah, pressure wash this or what?
You ready for this?
Tape. Oh, jeez. This is a flapper.
It's like plasti dip.
Are you saying the paint
Oh.
was?
Time to measure for a belt.
Remember his was that?
No,
In some spots?
no nut for a space.
This is a nice touch.
It really went with the car.
No, like
It really went with the car.
like it was, but look at that front connector. Looks like the orange.
So you're mounting up a dash mount that may or may not ever see the light of day.
Yeah. If this works well, we may have to start making these babies. So
Nice.
it's pretty much just, maybe I shouldn't show too much. Yeah, it's just like a 45-degree bend, and then so our plan is to kind of mount it something like that, and then we have our glove box hole that'll be here. So we'll have like our fuses and stuff that'll be accessible through the glove box, and then mount everything else facing down.
And the
Stuff that we don't
ECU
need,
mount
but-
right next to it.
Yep, so we got one of our ECU mounts there. Get that mounted. I may turn that around or something, but
Keeps from putting a bunch of screws and mounts
Yeah.
along the firewall.
yeah, it's super cool to have. And if you mount all that stuff to the dash, if you ever want to take the dash out,
You have to unhook everything.
you have to
Sure.
unhook everything or unbolt all your brackets. Whereas this, I'm going to attach everything either to this bar, to the firewall, something like that. So like the plan is to have the dash, like 5 bolts, you can take the whole dash out and be able to get to all this wiring and stuff if you really need to in a hurry. So should be super simple, I think.
Sounds good.
In theory.
Woo!
Way easier.
Boost hole.
Mounting up the wideband controller now. Except for this permanent marker's not long enough. We're mounting like the last pieces to this board here, or this panel. And then hopefully get the battery cable running and everything powered up. I don't know. I mean, we got a lot left to do. But
Yeah.
everything's almost mounted, and that's half the battle. It seems like a lot of this Haltech's like just kind of plug and play stuff, so I think a lot of it won't be too bad. And then with this arc panel, it's so easy just running the big power wires basically, and it won't be too bad.
No problem.
Yep. We're ripping right along.
What are you working on, Rich?
Making a mount for the, those will count one at a time, for the fuel filter, just so it doesn't wiggle.
Oh yeah, that thing's pretty sweet.
It actually worked out well. Just some little simple bracket.
Just so it doesn't sit back here and flop
So it's not
around.
hanging on the connector for the union and the bulkhead in there.
You guys can see it yet? Just a little chair, more or less.
Okay, and then I drill a hole. I kind of forgot about putting a Allen wrench in it. So I just last minute drilled a hole to go through.
Nice.
And now we don't have bike inner tubes, so I found a motion koozie for some insulation.
Perfect.
I don't want it chafing. Oh my lord. Perfect.
Doesn't get much better than
It
that.
literally fits perfect.
Tech Tip Tuesday there.
Do we want made in
Yep.
the USA or motion? Let's do motion. We'll do motion.
Whoa, look at that. What do you got
Oh,
there, James?
bolting the turbo on.
Finally.
I don't know if this is the last time or not, but
I'm glad we bolted the
it's
turbo
another time.
to the fender because the fender. Really
Yeah,
tight.
as I recall, you were supposed to attach that fender earlier today. What
I thought
happened?
that was like 2 days.
That's an optional thing that we're gonna do when the car's in the air. But for now, it's good. Really good.
Classic.
Yep.
I mean, I will it flop that bad at 160?
You know what? I think
150?
we're gonna go 165.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's a little aggressive.
How many times did you have to put that turbo on?
Me personally, 1.5.
Why?
I took it off once, put it on once, took it off, put it back on.
Just for fun? You're bored?
Yeah, I just wanted to verify fitment.
Or...
Yeah. What's up? Sell all the race car parts today?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did all day.
Install these for the final time right now, live.
We'll do it
We
live.
can put them. We can put these on without the plugs. 'Cause that dinghy move up right through in
Now
the
the
ground.
cover's gone?
Yep. Now the cover's gone.
Wait.
So we're just not using the covers?
These aren't
Or you
designed.
can't because there's no
Yeah.
room for the spark plug wire to go through.
Yeah, there's no. They're not really designed to use the covers. Unless you wanted to drill a hole.
Got him.
Dude, they
Finally.
You
There's
got
like
that at-
15
Did you get that
flies
at
in
camera?
there. I think I did.
Dude, you better have.
Slow-mo.
Dead.
Replay.
Oh,
R.I.P.
Yeah.
man.
R.I.P.
There's some Marls.
What are you doing, buddy?
Marls Barkley?
He's getting his starter mullet going. I don't know if you can tell on camera.
All right, guys, we have here the Motion and Raceworks valve cover brackets here for the Haltech Smart Coils. Pretty nice setup here. We're able to run any smart coil of your choice and some fire core wires to go with it.
Nice.
ran the battery cable up front, so we got to put the battery cable ends on this stuff, and that's like, then everything's powered, and then
Figure out a ground line.
yeah, everything's mounted roughly, kind of tying with like a universal harness like this. We end up with like a lot of extra slack and whatnot, so it's like always a game trying to figure out where do I want to tie it, like where do I want to tie all the extra up at.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
finding that, and then I think we're gonna add terminal strips for like battery 12 volt, maybe sensor 5 volt
Key.
yeah, like stuff like that. So that way when we add stuff in the future, it's just a matter of like screwing a couple ring terminals on and plug in for the screen and everything.
Yep.
Already laid out.
We got the screen all built. We're just waiting to get the dash in here.
Yeah, once we put the dash back on, then we'll know where the screen needs to land on the column and get all that rolling.
Nice.
So yeah, cruising right along.
Mitch has his rear firewall back in.
Yep. After you guys
Slash seat, one of the two.
Slash seat, dinner table too. Actually, works pretty good height up here.
Perfect. So
Just thinking in high school, you and your friends doing dumb stuff. I could totally see like riding here.
how much fun you could have had if you just popped the window out of your Fox body.
Yep. Have it on quick connects, roll in quick connect, take it out like a Jeep door.
And then I'm working on getting some of this stuff up here plugged in. We're just starting to try to chip away at some of this, so then we know where we're at as far as like what we still need to hook up. Trying to get the grounds on the back of the head, which is always fun. This one's going to be a pain, but I think we can get it from down below. And then once all that stuff's pretty good, then we can start kind of finishing up, tidying up some of this stuff up front, radiator lines. We still need to figure out where exactly our fuel rail is going to go and regulator and all that stuff. So that is some of what we're working on right now.
Levi was looking at our Haltech ECU mount, and apparently the spacing is correct to bolt terminal strips too also. So we're gonna have a nice little terminal strip mount going behind the dash.
That's a
also.
super fancy terminal mount.
Yeah, you like that? Got these little covers that go on them too. Be a roll bar mounted terminal strip.
Radiator's going back in. Overflow catch can.
Yep.
And a whole bunch of push cans, huh?
Whole line. About the length of a Mustang. Actually. A little more. Maybe 2 Mustangs there, but.
Mustang 2?
Ooh. Throw those away.
And a sucker, huh?
Almost
Aw.
gone. I got one little speck left. Working
What's your
on it.
favorite kind? Which one do you go for usually?
Toss up between strawberry, apple, and grape. Those are my faves. Yep. So we stick everyone else with all the shitty ones.
So if you didn't get one of those, you know why. Tyler already
I
ate
ate
it.
them all. Yep. Starter wire. Run that to our neutral safety up to the starter.
That means we're getting close-ish.
We're getting close. Got our little terminal
Looking real
strip deal
nice.
going. We got the ground wire we're going to run over to a stud, and then this will come from the arc panel as well. Our ignition switch will be on the arc panel, and when we kick that on, it'll power up that guy, and then we can distribute from there. Switch panels will be up on the roll bar, and then the arc panel just has essentially it uses like low current switches, and then it has just like a little baby ribbon cable, so you can see how small that is. Just like
Nice.
this little cable, and that's all that it uses to trigger your relays. So.
And that just gets ran along the bar all the way down to
Yep,
the...
so you just tape that along your bar down, and then it plugs right into there, and then it's super easy. And that's the beauty of these things, like, look how thin that is, you know? Like, any of the other brands, they'll be, like, that tall, and they'll have real deal, like, rocker switches in them. But then you have this thing sticking off your roll bar that's,
Yeah.
you know,
And a
this
huge cluster of
monstrous
wires.
thing, yeah, and all those wires you have to run all the way up. So you can see this is actually like glow in the dark type thing.
Oh, that
too.
is
You can
sweet,
see
yeah.
it's kind of glowing.
Yeah, it will. You have to put a separate powered
Pretty
switch,
cool.
otherwise it's always on when the battery power is on.
Yep. So, pretty neat.
Coming together.
Excited. Yep, coming together.
Getting the back window put back in too.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Came out last Saturday and pulled it.
Yep.
Waiting on you guys to call.
Car looks a little different from the last time you saw it.
Looks like a car, not a shell.
Right on.
There is a 30, that's a 60. I got a 60 right here.
I'm sure that about you saying it's blank. I'm gonna hang it up here.
60 looks pretty good.
Okay.
That is a serious gun you got going on there.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
Dang. Should have used that for the rear view.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, they wouldn't come out. You wouldn't need to rivet them.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, we fun stuff.
Yeah.
Mine too early.
We went to motionraceworks.com and 11 of them in stock.
Yeah, I think it's gonna work right here inside the bumper.
Tuck it back here where nobody will see it.
Literally behind it, you'll have to reach up under the bumper. Might have to trim a little plastic right here just to make your hand easy to get to, but yeah, exactly. Nothing you'll see. Behind the back tires, it won't go nowhere. You make a mess, it'll just be on the track. Not saying that's good, but it's better than on the track and your tires.
Yep.
Goodness.
Oh, never mind. You guys are still figuring
Oh
stuff
yeah,
out.
this isn't final. This is not final.
I thought we already had a throttle cable.
This is
bracket figured out.
brainstorming.
R&D at its finest right here. Day 7, late.
Can't rush creativity, alright? 2 engineers and a dreamer going to work.
That's too far. That's got to be like in this area. There, give me that.
Just grabbing all the random brackets we've
We
been
grabbed all
trying to
kinds
do.
of brackets. We'll bolt one together. That's too low. We're out today, Gina. Need that guy?
That little guy?
Oh, we need all these? Darn.
It's the whole kit.
I mean, that's all the fittings.
That goes to the valve and everything, right?
You got a regulator, you got that, you got that. You need the fittings for this? We're still going to be good with the straight?
I have no
Straight,
idea.
straight?
I don't think so. Doesn't that right where that bracket's getting mounted now? For the
No guarantees.
I don't know. Perfect. Close up on that.
Alright, Terry, don't show
Oh, too close.
Day 2.
I have to take a step.
We're going to have to blur that out a little bit.
New product release.
Neat.
We're lucky to have door seals at this point.
Be the guy that drops a window on the track.
Tighten them up. They bolted.
Yeah.
Oh, these
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I'm
super
the-
loose.
And that's on the far
Oh,
side.
at least it's got some fresh epoxy on it.
No problem.
His words
The
were,
front doesn't.
his words were like, it ain't going nowhere. He's like, I'd be worried about the front one, and he mentioned the type of rubber
They're
that
still
holds it in.
butyl.
Butyl, and he's like, that shit never hurts.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I mean,
Ready to run 8s in this thing?
that motion sticker will keep it in though.
Note to self. Put the visor down.
So look at that. The hood clears, huh?
Yeah, it's on there.
Even Sagan in the middle of the stuff there.
That's what I mean. No problem.
Plugs? Where do I get one of them at? Suppose I should probably put it in before I put it up facing the roof. Figure the parachute will come up to here.
Oh, look at that.
Alright,
Yeah.
guys.
Just
So
cut and choose what he wants.
it's 11:42 at the end of day 7. So we got a lot done today. I worked on wiring all day, so we got wiring's probably 75% complete, and we'll get that wrapped up tomorrow. John and these guys, they plumbed pretty much everything in the engine bay: radiator, fuel lines, vacuum lines. Well, not vacuum lines, but
Close enough.
yeah. We did. What else did we do?
Throttle cable.
Throttle cable. Andy made a throttle cable bracket. The turbo's mounted. The exhaust is started. The cold side pipes are on.
Radiators
Front
mounted.
bumpers on.
Radiators, yeah. We
Front
got
pump.
front and rear bumpers in.
Window. Rear window's in.
The rear window got put back in, so we're rolling there. Rear firewall's done.
Vacuumed the interior
The
twice.
shifter's mounted. The
was a big
cable's
day.
half
Halfway
run.
It's a big
We got a lot
Lane,
done.
gas pedal.
So, until tomorrow, the exciting finale. That's
Will it run?
Will it run tomorrow?
It's gonna run.
Will it drive tomorrow?
We have about
Tune in
24 hours to
tomorrow.
get this done.
Yeah. Until then, like and subscribe. See you guys tomorrow.